Good evening. Welcome to Bizworld. Malaysia and China's bilateral trade for this year is on track to surpass $100 billion mark again after having posted $108.6 billion in 2018. This was based on the total bilateral trade between the two nations for the first 9 months of this year, which have amounted to $89.75 billion.
Dan kita jangka untuk tahun 2019 ini juga terus akan meningkat lagi lah. Ya, cuma prestasi kita untuk 9 bulan pertama ini pun dah menunjukkan rekod peningkatan yang melebihi daripada sebelum ini. Jadi kita harap insyaAllah ya, dengan ada program seperti ini akan dapat menambah lagi lah ya, dagangan kita, negara kita dan China pada masa hadapan.
He said this after officiating the closing ceremony of Malaysia-China Trade and Tourism Summit 2019. He also added that the trade relation with China is expected to be stronger next year, following the arrival of tourists from China in conjunction with Visit Malaysia 2020 and APEC 2020 Summit. Last year, about 2.94 million Chinese tourists have visited Malaysia, and the numbers are expected to increase to more than 3 million. The International Trade and Industry Ministry MITI expects investments from China to soar next year via a special channel announced during the 2020 budget. According to Malaysian Investment Development Authority MIDA statistics, Chinese investments into Malaysia halved to 7.1 billion ringgit for the first 9 months of this year compared to last year.
The decline did not capture as well the increase of other countries' investment. So in this case, America. But it does not mean that the Chinese investment has gone down. There's only been an increase of another investment by another country, okay, among others, America and so many other nations as well. But for the Chinese, the government in their budget 2020 has specifically identified new special lanes to get their investments into Malaysia.
Earlier, Datuk Daryl officiated the Malaysia Automotive, Robotics and Internet of Things Institute MARI Mobility as a Service MAAS Scale-Up Program. From January to September this year, US investments into Malaysia have increased 7 times to around 24.6 billion ringgit, while FDI from Japan stood at more than 4 times to 11.81 billion ringgit. China slipped to third position behind US and Japan. Felcra Berhad will distribute its second interim dividend of the year, totaling to 50.54 million ringgit to 67,000 participants nationwide beginning December 15th. Economics Affairs Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Azmin Ali said Felcra has allocated 70% of its plantation income from January to August 2019, which amounted to 72.2 million ringgit to be distributed to the participants involved. Meanwhile, the balance of 30% will be utilised to cover the operation costs of the plantations, which have not been taken into account, if any. The interim payment was an increase of 25.27 million ringgit, or 50% compared to the interim distribution made in 2018. The profit to be distributed is derived from the net profits of estates of participants, which are developed by Felcra, involving 641 projects. The new season of the Alliance Bank EcoWorld BizSmart Challenge is expected to attract up to 600 applications from the small and medium enterprises (SMEs) compared to about 400 last year, driven by an overwhelming response in the previous season. Its Group Chief Executive Officer Joel Conrijk said this year's challenge offers a higher price quantum of over 1.5 million ringgit cash, product sponsorships and media coverage prizes.
We're very proud to be on TV3 for an even bigger coverage of the program. Thirdly, we have specialized business mentors who are really going to help the top 10 finalists manage their business, fund their business, and so on. And finally, the program is just going to be, so much bigger this year.
He said this after the launch of the challenge here today. According to Joel, since its inception in 2013, the BizSmart Challenge has provided business training, coaching, mentoring, networking, brand exposure and financing to business owners. Adding to that, it also received over 1,700 submissions and empowered over 130 finalists in their entrepreneurial journey.
Let us now watch a short video on what our alumni have to say about their Bizworld chapter.
That's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Arif Subhan. Thank you for staying with us and keep tuning in to TV3.